Hello, YouTubers, friends, compatriots, bootlickers, shills, peasants, debt slaves, serfs, meat sacks, pink slime, retired cops, zealots, fanatics, revolutionaries, enemies of the state. I'm a useful idiot, and I would like to discuss the innocuously called Utah Data Center, which is basically the new headquarters for Big Brother. Built out in the middle of Utah. It's the NSA's new Cybersecurity Center. And once built, it will be 5 times the size of the Capitol. So along with America thinking big, building Vatican-sized embassies in Iraq and Afghanistan, now we have a surveillance center that's 5 times the size of the U.S. Capitol, which I think is a nice metaphor for the value that our government places on liberties and the state of America, that our cybersecurity center that's going to spy on all Americans and every other human on the planet is going to be 5 times the size of the seat of our own government. So the purpose of this center will be to intercept, decipher, analyze, and store vast swaths of the world's communications from satellites and cables of international, foreign, and domestic networks. So essentially all communications, domestic, foreign, and international, will be monitored, recorded, and stored at the data center in Utah. And unlike under the Bush administration, they make no pretense about protecting American privacy, or that this will target terrorists, or they have a small watch list. As one government official is quoted in this article, he says, everybody's a target. Everybody with communication is a target. So the last shreds of any sort of pretense that we might want to protect Americans' privacy is gone with the Bush administration. Under Obama, all bets are off. They're going to spy on everyone. And the facility costs $2 billion, and heavily fortified, of course. And interestingly, this program was initiated under the Bush administration in his first term after 9/11. It was called Total Info Awareness. And it was killed in Congress in 2003 after an outcry about potential for invading American privacy. But once again, Obama's president now, so all bets are off. We can spy on Americans, we can spy on all Americans, and we can tell you we're spying on all Americans, and that's all there is to it. It's also going to go through financial info, stock transactions, foreign military diplomatic secrets, legal documents, confidential personal communications, and business deals. And that's in addition to the normal private emails, cell phone calls, Google searches, parking receipts, travel itineraries, bookstore purchases, pretty much anything that's done through technology or telecommunications. So everything you buy, everything you read, everything you look at, everything you search for is going to be stored, recorded, and monitored by this center. And I think that everyone should be pretty alarmed by this. This is a big step in the creation of the surveillance police state that America has now become. I think that the fact that the NSA was created right after Pearl Harbor, and it's been 60 some odd years, and they have no successes to show that this is just another failed government program. Not only the redundancy with the Department of Homeland Security, the Department of Defense, military intelligence, CIA, NSA, FBI, but we have, just another money hole that could be consolidated. In fact, it's going to cost $40 million a year just for energy to run this center. So anyway, I think everybody needs to pick up this new article, Wired. A lot of friends have been sending me emails about this new Utah data center, and some very helpful commentators have brought this up. And I think everybody should pick up this article of Wired. It's right on the cover, and it goes into a lot of detail, particularly about the breakthrough in encryption and decoding, which has been a huge impetus for the complete implementation of this program. And one of the things that I found particularly interesting, well, there's 2 things actually. One is the fact that there was a small blip in this article about the fact that NSA budget requests are classified. So pretty much like a lot of the black funds that are in our government, we have really no idea what our defense budget really is, or what our spy budget is, or any of that, because they don't have to post their budget requests or how much money they get. So a lot of the money that's spent, and these are huge amounts, of course, involved in the Department of Homeland Security and NSA, that they're not even accounted for. So that's one thing I wanted to bring up. But the other thing I wanted to bring up is I did a video recently about the corporate government cooperative arrangement to spy on Americans and create this police state and the surveillance society. And there's another little tidbit in here about the fact that the Utah data center is being built, but they also have secret electronic monitoring rooms in all the major U.S. telecom facilities, including Verizon and AT&T. So I find that very, very disturbing, the fact that our government has basically spy rooms in private corporations across America that are monitoring our searches and our communications, our emails, our phone calls. And they could have worked around that, because as it turns out, they could have just tapped into the cable landing stations where international telecommunications cables come ashore in the U.S. But they insisted that they wanted to have these domestic monitoring rooms in telecommunication companies so that they could spy on Americans, specifically for domestic use. So anyway, there's my wrap-up on the very diabolical Utah data center, which will come to represent the very worst elements of the new friendly fascist police state surveillance society that America is becoming. So I want to say again, everybody should go out and pick up this new issue of Wired. There's the Utah Center right on the cover, and a lot of great information in here about it. Very disturbing, but I think every American citizen should know about this, because this says a lot about where we're going.